Oh boy, I have a lot of things to talk about the Honor 9X Pro. This is the company's first phone to be available in Malaysia that does not have Google Apps. So let's dive right in, right? And we'll start with the chipset first because the new Honor 9X Pro comes with the Kirin 810 chipset, and this is the first time I've ever tried this chipset. And oh my god, the performance is amazing because as shown in the benchmarks here, it is just beating them with a significant margin overall. And I have to censor both of those smartphones because the review embargo has still not lifted yet, but I still want to show you the performance numbers anyway. In terms of gaming performance, maybe you wouldn't realize that big of a difference because PUBG Mobile can still run at its slowest graphical settings at ultra frame rates or at HD graphics with high frame rates. And I also wanted to try COD Mobile, but I just gave up because the orange man said both Huawei and Honor phones cannot use Google Apps anymore, and it is a pain in the butt to find any apps that I use on a daily basis. So to replace the missing Google Play Store, we have the Huawei App Gallery. And I feel like every time I open the Huawei App Gallery, it feels like a slap on the face because it slaps you with a skippable 3-second ad. I just find it to be so frustrating and so annoying. Please remove this ad if you want your users to stick around using Huawei or Honor smartphones. While the Huawei App Gallery catalog is growing, we still feel that there are a few important apps that are missing. For example, Facebook Messenger is not there. As far as I know, Twitter is also not there. And then any navigational GPS app is also not available. There is CJIC, I think, but that's a paid app. And there's also a report saying that Here Maps is coming, but we are not sure when. And as of now, there are still no GPS apps available, and I find that to be another frustrating point for using the Honor 9X Pro. But you could still get third-party app stores. For example, we have APK we have another one that's called Amazon App Store. But there are still a lot of local apps which are not available on those app stores. For example, banking apps. But the Honor 9X Pro is also using a very dated version of Android and EMUI as well. So the Honor 9X Pro, the one that we have here, is still running on Android 9 with EMUI 9.1.1. It is more than a year old at this point, I think. I'm not too sure when the update is going to come because currently all of the newer phones from Honor and Huawei, they are both using Android 10 and also EMUI 10. And it's quite a shame too because the Honor 9X Pro does come with a 6.59-inch IPS LCD display. It is magnificent to use with because there's no notch and Honor is using a pop-up selfie camera. Since I don't really use selfie cameras that much, the pop-up selfie camera can just be ignored anyway. As for the rear-facing cameras, I do feel that the shots are kind of inconsistent. My indoor shots look very cold, however my outdoor shots, they look kinda mostly warm. And as for the night shots, it looks okay but could definitely be improved further. As for the ultra-wide angle camera though, all of my pictures looks like a blob of colors. And that leaves us with the battery life of the Honor 9X Pro. So it's using the Kirin 810 chipset, which is surprisingly power efficient. We got more than 15 hours in our battery life test, and remember, this battery isn't that big anyway. But as for the charging speed, it's a bit disappointing because this phone only supports 10W charging and it takes more than 2 hours to charge from 15 to 100%. So all in all, the Honor 9X Pro, I still do not have the price for it yet, but all I can say is this: the phone is fantastic, however the software is not, and the lack of Google apps just rubs more salt to the wound. Because I do think that if this phone has Google apps, it would be an instant recommendation because this is really fantastic in terms of performance. The cameras could be improved further, but if you want to buy the Honor 9X Pro, do know what you are getting into because you are in for a trip if you are buying this phone. And that is all we have to say about the Honor 9X Pro. This is a good phone, but with kind of lackluster software, and that's pretty much it. It's saddening, and I do hope that this phone will eventually get Google Apps. And that is all we have to say about the Honor 9X Pro. Do give us a like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next video where we will film here as well because of the whole restricted movement order thing. And do leave your questions down in the comment section below. We will read them whenever we can, and we'll see you next time.